Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time we had Plato's Stepchildren, which wasn't great, but had some significant moments and actually one great character. So yeah,
yes.
It was.
If nothing else, it's worth its watch for that.
Yeah, it was a good time. We've taken a bit of a break between last episode and this one, so like for us, like it's been a fair few weeks. Mostly out of our control.
Yeah, life events. Let's just put it at that.
Yeah. Obviously, it means something to you guys, but yeah, I legitimately struggled to remember the intro, which is literally just, "Hi, I'm Joey." It is like, whew. Today we're watching an episode called Wink of an Eye.
Oh.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't mean a lot, but
here we go. I guess we'll find out what it's all about in just a second. Be sure to join us for post-episode thoughts in a second. That's it. That's the one. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Wink of an Eye. That's what it is. Yep. Well, welcome back to Star Trek, I guess, after our small break.
Yeah, it was quite the welcome.
Yeah, that was... Oh, man. I think that it just really annoyed me more than anything, because the concept is so poorly thought out.
Yeah, my quick and dirty review needed to be more thought out.
Yeah, it just, like... Okay, so the whole thing is that they get to this planet that supposedly has these like inhabitants that they can't find anywhere, they don't exist, whatever. And so they get back onto the Enterprise and they're like, well, okay, nothing's going on here. So they just go back to the Enterprise and Kirk is like hearing like this buzzing the whole time. It's like an insect or whatever. And then Kirk drinks this coffee that makes him the Flash. And
yes.
And that's what happens. And so he's met by a blonde woman who immediately forces herself on him.
And apparently she's done this before, given her one line.
Yeah, definitely. And so the whole thing is that Kirk is where the episode gets its title from. Kirk is stuck like this because all these people, the Scalosians?
Yes.
Scalosians? I have it written down. I forgot what it was already. The Scalosians are, they're all the Flash.
They're all the Flash.
They all move in the wink of an eye, and the whole thing is that they're moving so fast that they literally become invisible to everyone around them. Now, let's put this into perspective. So, they become invisible, basically, because they're moving so fast.
Right.
However, they make a point to say that inanimate objects still move at a regular speed. Let's put clothing aside for the sake of giving this episode some leeway, because I've already done that far too many times throughout viewing it.
Right.
But
like I would just assume the clothes around their persons, therefore it'll work. Like Kirk has a phaser. It moves with him.
Yeah.
Because he's holding it, and that kind of makes sense.
But he fires at the lady, and she's able to just walk out of the way because it's so slow, because the phaser itself still works in normal time. Which also I still feel works, like, shoots way too fast.
Well, I mean, I presume the phaser shoots at the speed of light.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, the phaser itself shoots faster already. That, again, another one I could let go. So they make a point of that. They're moving so fast. These inanimate objects still move in regular time. So this phaser is quickly shot out of his hand, flies into the air, we never see it again.
Presumably it disintegrated because it was shot faster than the speed of light.
Yeah, so they leave the bridge, and we catch up with Spock, Scotty, Uhura.
Also, I just want to comment, the only way we know how to get on and off the bridge is an elevator.
Yeah.
Longest elevator ride of your life.
Right? Unless that's the explanation for what I'm about to complain about. Unless the elevator rides are just that long. Anyway, so, that's a valid point. Nope, still stupid. So, okay. So, Sulu, it was Sulu, not Scotty. It was like Spock, Uhura, and Sulu. They're like, oh my god, Kirk was here and he just vanished, just like that guy on the planet. And so they're like, okay, well we gotta find Kirk. Where the fuck did he go? He drank this coffee, and Sulu's holding coffee as well, and nothing happens to him. Makes sense. You have to watch the episode. Anyway, so that happens, and in the meantime, we're catching up with like Kirk and the Scalosians in real time with Spock, McCoy, and all of them as they slowly unravel this mystery alongside them. And I do mean slowly, or at least I would mean slowly, if they actually kept up, like if there was any care put into the amount of time that all these things take place in.
Right, because if I followed what's happening, the Scalosians and now Kirk, they're all moving in the blink of an eye, meaning everything they do is light years ahead of where Spock should be figuring out the mystery.
Yeah. Now let's keep in mind also that just them being invisible is not enough of a testament to how fast they're moving. They never even saw that phaser shoot and fly into the air. Supposedly, even though it was taking place in real time like everyone else.
Right.
They never saw that phaser. That apparently was also invisible as well, even though it moved slowly. Again, it's a really poorly thought out episode.
Like they should have at least seen the phaser fire.
Yeah. Should have been like, okay, whoa, that phaser just flew into the air and shot at the wall. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
instead, when we catch up with the normal time people, they're like, oh, Kirk's gone.
Yeah, and it's just like... And then there's a whole thing where, like, Kirk goes to send them a message. Somehow they've already moved all the way from the bridge down to this, like, research area. In the same amount of time that it pretty much took Kirk and the lady to get there too. And
right,
it's just
and again,
like,
the only way up and down the bridge is an elevator.
Yeah, so maybe that could explain it. But actually, no, that would only make it so that Kirk and... Well, I forget the woman's name. That would only make it so that Kirk got to the research area sooner.
Yeah.
Like...
No way they beat him to the research area.
Yeah, I know, but they're already standing there when Kirk starts sending his message. And that's the whole crux of the episode, is that he sends this message, and Spock eventually figures out that the Scalosians move super fast, so he just slows down the message, and that's how they figure out what happened to Kirk. And And all the while, Kirk is making either just very slow progress, or, as I've suspected this entire video so far, it's just a really poorly thought out episode.
It's a poorly thought out episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm also picturing there's a scene slightly earlier in the episode. In the life support room, the Scalosians have some bits and bobs in there that are going to make the whole ship just a deep freezer.
Yeah.
And Spock and Kirk, before he's sped up, they try to touch it and they're like slapped away. So I'm picturing the Scalosians slowly watching their hands go to the machine just to slap them away.
Yeah, exactly. And again, just on the things that like eventually just like show just how fast these guys are apparently moving. There's this whole thing where like the whole climax of the episode takes place, and even after the climax of the episode, as we're resolving everything, Scotty is still standing in this doorway to the transporter room. And it's just like he hasn't moved at all, apparently, because again, they're moving that fast, but apparently not fast enough
also
to catch up with Spock and McCoy.
This might just be like a continuity error in the episode, which I don't think I've ever pointed
out of how
out.
many?
Yeah. No, like just in this one episode. But it's specifically because we could see Scotty standing in the doorway. And then you cut to the real time, and they're in McCoy and Spock, they're figuring out how to speed up. So...
And Scotty hasn't moved
and
in
Scotty
that time.
hasn't moved in that time.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That might just be a continuity error that they didn't really think about.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this episode.
Yeah. Oh, that kind of sucked. I hope we have a better one next time, but I'm doubting it. So
it's almost like we forgot how bad season 3 can be.
Yeah, we were warned ahead of time, and then there were actually some pretty decent ones early on. So we're like, okay, maybe it's not that bad. But here we are. We're halfway through. Well, we're almost halfway through. Next episode will be the halfway point. But yeah, I just wow, I'm ready to move on. Alright, I guess that about does it. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been... Oh no, be sure to join us next week when we continue Star Trek The Original Series. I know how to do these videos. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.